to the Talkbox for You're listening to the Talkbox. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
All right, good morning, you guys. It's your girl, Sonya G, here on the Talkbox. And I have a very special guest in the place today. I got Sparkle with me. But before we get started, you know what we say around here. It's good to share. So go ahead, share the live. Make sure that you're following both of us, as a matter of fact. And also talk back to me. Y'all know I'm a Baptist preacher, so I need to hear from you as we have this very, very in-depth conversation. But we want to welcome Sparkle to the Talkbox.
Hello, great people. Thank you so much, Sonya, for inviting me. I feel privileged. I'm on with the one and only girl, the girl, you know, the number one author, the number one speaker, the number one traveler. You know she will get gone on you in a heartbeat.
Now,
you like, where you at, girl? I'm in another country.
Girl, but it's all about you and the Sparkle baby, the I Love Her tour that you're doing. I'm so proud of you with that. And like I told you, I hated that I missed your first event, but I was out of the country. But you have so much, you have so much that God have instilled in you. And so I just want to just let everybody know that they need to be on your bandwagon, because we all need to love ourselves. So I'm so excited to hear more about the I Love Her tour and about your seminars that you got going on. So before we even jump into the do you demand life or does life demand you, I want you to just tell everybody a little bit about what you got going on.
Okay, so I am the visionary of I Love Her, where I help you embrace, fall in love with her, and take her to the storm, take her through the world, take her through it all, because she's always been with you. So it's holding her accountable, holding her to another level, telling her, I love you. I love her means you know, we're quick to tell people, I love you when you get off the phone. I love you. I love you too. I love you too. But we have to learn to give that same energy to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. You know, I'm all about mirror talk. Look her in the mirror and tell her, I love you. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm rooting for you. I am on your team. I got your back, your front, your side. Girl, I'm with you. So it's so I'm just helping you embrace you, because what God has given me is that I have to teach people you cannot get everything that God has for you when you don't love you. When you don't love the person that he created. He selected you. He handpicked you. He elected you. And it's a shame what we do to ourselves sometimes. The way we mistreat ourselves, the things that we say about ourselves, and how we put ourselves down. Like, it's time to stop it. You give everybody grace except for one person, and that's you.
Except for you. I'll tell you what, something else is important about that. You have to learn how to love yourself so you can love others. Because you can't give out anything that you don't possess. And so that's why we have unequally yoked relationships, unequally yoked friendships, unequally yoked business ventures, because we haven't learned how to embrace ourselves. And so when we learn how to embrace ourselves, then we're able to embrace others. Because, you know, when you don't love yourself and you doubt yourself, then when you call yourself loving somebody else and they do anything, it don't even have to be wrong. It just can be something that you don't agree with. then you cut that person off when God done put them in your life, what I say to be a root, and you treat them like they're a leaf, and they fly away. And it's because you haven't learned how to embrace your own self, so you don't know how to embrace others. You haven't learned how to love your own self through failures, so you don't know how to embrace anybody else when they fail. You don't embrace yourself when you make a mistake. So you don't know how to embrace other folk when they make a mistake, knowing that all of us are flawed. All of us have failures, and we fail at things, but we still are lovable. Why? Because we're created in God's image, and he said that he looks beyond all of our faults and provides our needs. So why can't we do that for ourselves? Well, let me just say this, put this on out there, Sparkle. I love me some me. I love me some Sonya, because there's nobody else like me. I'm one of a kind. I do realize and understand that when all those sperm was trying to hit that egg, and I'm the one that made it, I won. I was already a winner because I'm here in the land of the living. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not cocky, but I'm confident. And I'm not confident in myself, but I'm confident in Christ. So, but I just wanted to throw that out there so don't nobody get it twisted. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly. Well, I have been through a divorce, and I will say it was my fault. Like, I was asking him to love me a way that I didn't even love myself. I was asking him to fill up some gaps that I don't even fill up for myself. So I was asking him to overdo his job. His assignment was to be my husband, not to be my husband, the encourage, like, to put the God. He was not meant to be God. He was meant to be my husband. So because I didn't love me and did not believe in me, I threw that back on him to fill that tank back up. And that is a job that you cannot ask somebody else to do. You have to be willing to do it yourself. So I know why God has me doing it. I know why it was all a setup. I'm telling you, that's exactly how God does. He set us up for where we're going. He never let us just be blindsided. It's a process. He building us up. He's taking us through different things.
Yes.
To the outcome is I'm walking around telling people I love her and meaning it. Not just say I love her.
Right.
Because
not just lip service.
No.
Not just lip service.
I was a great
You got to really mean it.
A great
But here's the thing even about that. We're expecting people to love us in the manner that we want to love us. And so, as you said, and we don't even love ourselves. But here's the thing. A lot of times, too, we're trying to get people to love us who don't know how to love themselves. You cannot give away anything that you don't possess. That is like somebody telling you, let me have $100. Well, if you don't have $100, you don't have $100 to give. You cannot give away anything that you do not possess. And that's what happens a lot of times. And that's, it says, are you demanding life, or is life demanding you? Who's in charge? You need to understand that you're the one that's in charge.
You are. And it always goes, like, when something doesn't work out for you in your life, you got to see who was the common denominator, who was in it.
You.
So you got, and I don't know why we think failure is such a bad thing. We have made failure like a bad word. Failure is not a bad word at all. Not when you can learn from it. You better take that learning lesson, put your best on, and keep on going, because what's not going to happen is you're not going to catch me again. Not in that way. Because
not today. Right. So here's the thing about that too. This week we did failure is not an option. but something that failure is not a bad word. That's part of your process. That's part of what you have to go through to get to somewhere. I told how Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, so some people believe, he was cut from his high school basketball team. You know, Thomas Edison, it took him over 1,000 tries before we could have this light bulb that's shining on my face that's making me look good today.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, you know, failure. What is the problem with failure is when you fail at something and you give up and you throw in the towel and you don't try again. You know, like you've been through a divorce. I've been through a divorce before. But here's the thing about that. That marriage didn't work. So I'm throwing marriage out the window. Then God trying to send you another husband and you can't receive because you gave up on the vision. I said just on yesterday, take those prayers off the shelf. Now is the season for God to answer those prayers, because if he's built up the character in you, and if you stay away from being afraid to do it again, because that's what a lot of the problem is. You're afraid to marry again. You're afraid to start a new business because the other ones failed. You're afraid to go back to school because you didn't do good in school before. You're afraid. Well, God is not the author of fear. He said that he gives us love and power and a sound mind.
Exactly.
So we have to step out on faith and do what we got to do and make it do what it do, baby.
Yes, because let me tell you, Sonya, you will be getting another wedding invitation from me, because I will get married again. And this marriage, boy, this one, woo! You talking about a husband gonna be happy? Like he gonna be walking around sparkling. He gonna be so excited because I have a sparkle in my life, because he's not getting that old version. He's getting the new, improved, and done some work and put in the grind to become the best. And yes, I am the best. I don't need nobody to tell me I am the best. And he will receive the best. Because when you have said, okay, God, I did it. I surrender.
Right.
This is where I messed up at. This is what I said. I used my tongue out of the order.
Right.
I got to run in that mouth. And because, you know, we feel like, I just got to say it. Let me just say this. Some things you just don't got to say.
You don't even have to say. You don't have to say. I want to tap in. First of all, Yashel says releasing fear, which fear is the false evidence appearing real. But here's the other thing. When you just said, God, it was me. I'm the one that messed up. If there's something that we say here on the Talkbox, truth and transparency will get you to abundant living, because you can't fix what you don't face. And so a lot of times when you're lying to yourself, see, you think you lying to everybody else. Everybody already see your dirty laundry. You're the only one that's believing the mess that's coming out. Do you believe the words that's coming out of your mouth? Well, here's the thing. Until you can get real with yourself, God, I need in this area. Fix me in this area. God, that was me that messed up. God, I'm the one that lied. I'm the one that cheated. I'm the one that stole. I'm the one that talked too much. Whatever it is, you cannot fix what you do not face. And so it's very important for us to get real. We quick to say, I keep it 100. Well, my question to you today is, do you? Do you keep it 100? Do you keep it 100 with yourself? Are you able to laugh at yourself?
Exactly.
When you make when you fall down. I don't know, but you know me personally, honey. You know, if I trip and fall right now and fall in the floor, I'm gonna laugh before you laugh.
Exactly.
Because I know that I can get back up and do it again. Every day above ground is a good day. Another day gives us another opportunity to get some things right that we didn't have quite right on yesterday. So I need for all you women to say, I love her. all the men,
I
you
love
say,
him.
I love him.
Yes.
You know,
And mean it. Like, and
yeah.
if you don't mean it, it's okay. Say it, but go ahead and let yourself know, I need to mean this. So that means I'ma say it, but God, show me where I don't love me. Show me how to attack this. Show me. God already knows, but he loves when you come to him and tell on yourself. When you tell on yourself, like, God,
Right.
that was me. You know, I'm over here talking about I love her, but you know I don't love her. I don't like her.
I don't even like her, let alone love her, right?
So God, I'm coming to keep it real, because you know she told me to say I love her, but really.
And so I'm gonna tell you another thing with that. Say, well, God, teach me how to love her.
Yes.
Teach me, God. But you have to be open to receive. You know, you have to be teachable. And see, the enemy wants us to be unteachable so that we can't achieve the abundant living that we have permission and authority to live. And so what will happen, the fear comes in and keeps us because somebody hurt us in the past, we shut our hearts down. But we were given word on that. God said that he would take out that stony heart and put in a heart of flesh. And so in order for us to grow, to achieve, to build our character, to be able to embrace ourselves, we have to be open. We have to be open. So we thank God. I just thank God for you in this word this morning. We need to love on ourselves. We need to make sure that we are loving on ourselves so that we can have all ALL that God have for us. Some of us are living beneath our potential.
Woo, girl, you just said it. You said it. Beneath. And that beneath is because you don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
You don't think it's possible that God would pick somebody like me. Somebody like you. You mean the child of God? The child that he created? You said somebody like you, the one that he handpicked and he chose to put your mama, you inside your mama? Are you talking about her? Him?
Right.
No. See, and that's a lot of that. I mentally, what we have heard people say and the things that we have heard before, we have to learn to unlearn some habits.
Yes.
We have to unlearn some practice that we've been practicing for millions of years. But since God gave you a new day, it's never too late.
That's right. That's right. You guys, listen. First of all, let me just welcome everybody into the room. Tony Capard, my boo is on the line. My mister is on the line, as well as Michelle and some others. But I just want to remind you guys, go ahead and share this live. Somebody else may not be loving on themselves. Somebody else needs to hear that you are enough. I don't care where you started. That's irrelevant. I don't care if your mama gave you up at the fire department. Daddy never came through. I don't care if you grew up and you smoked crack, you dropped out of school, you was a teenage mother, whatever the case is, you are enough. I don't care. I'm going to tell this story again. I tell it all the time. Here's the thing. When I was being molested during the act, Sparkle, during the act, I was being told the reason I'm doing you like this is because you're unlovable. The reason I'm doing you like this is because you're ugly. The reason I'm doing you like this is because this is all you're going to be good for. This was during the act. And I believed that for so long. I believe to this day, that's why I stayed on crack so long.
Wow.
You know, that was one of the things that had me strung out there, because I believe that. So sometimes We have heard things so long, especially when we're in abusive relationships. It don't have to be physical.
Yeah.
It could be mental, you know, verbal abuse.
Yeah.
And you'll start believing that. You
Yes.
know, that's when you start saying, dog, I'm fat.
Yeah.
What dog? Now I'm ugly. I'm this, I'm that. But when you love on yourself, you don't have to wait for somebody else to love you. Even when they don't know how to love you, when you love you, then we'll stop accepting some of the things that
Yeah.
we accept when you love yourself.
You won't accept it, because when people start saying stuff, you come back to it. I rebuke that. You no, that's
Whoa.
not who you talking to. No, you will come back and be like, that you couldn't have been talking to me. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's no way possible. Because I remember as a little girl, people would say to me, "You're gonna be just like your mama.
Mhm.
You're gonna be just like your mother." They was trying to pick up the negative part of her. They didn't say you're gonna
Right.
be just like your mother and have a giving heart, and you're gonna love people, and you're gonna help people. Who
Right.
she is. They just started picking on that. She got 5 kids by 5 different men, and they just wanted to
All
pick that part,
that.
all the negative part.
Right.
They didn't say that she has put in some seeds in me, the giving spirit, the helping spirit. They didn't talk about that part, and I didn't know that. So I thought my mama was a bad thing. No, my mama's a great thing. But people, because they used to say that to me, made me think, oh, I don't want to be like her. Oh, I don't want to be like her. Oh no, I ain't gonna be like her. And and to some extent, it helped. It was a twofold. It helped. It was a good and a bad.
Right.
But when people start saying stuff like that, you pull out the greatness in them. Like, yeah, I love the way they give. Oh, I love their heart. You know what?
Right.
I do. I pray that I get the spirit of God in them like that. I pray I get some of that anointing rubbed off on me.
Yes.
Because you gotta come back at people no more. Don't keep letting people throw you down and brainwash you to believe some stuff that's not real. They will brainwash you, and you can't.
That is that fear, false evidence appearing real. I need you guys to talk back to us this morning. Let's get these algorithms up so that somebody else can be touched, because we are both, and all of us are on a journey to abundant living. And so therefore, we need to hear the word so that it can saturate our hearts, so that we can become the men and the women of God that God already called and ordained us to be. And so I think too, when we say, are you demanding your life or life demanding you? I think that's also when we are letting life just choose what's going on for us. We just laid back, and whatever happens, whatever, because people got that silly. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna step on some religious toes. People got that silly religion. Well, God gonna do what he gonna do. Let me tell you something. God already have done what he's gonna do. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you to make a move. He's waiting for you to start believing his word that says all things work together for the good of those who love him. He's waiting for you to cast down every imagination that exalts itself against the knowledge of Christ. He's waiting for you to make a move.
Yes. He's waiting on you to make the move. That is the power. Like, if you didn't get no nugget, get that nugget. He's waiting on you to make a move. Like, I'm just waiting on God. Oh, I'm just sitting here waiting. I'm just patiently waiting. When it's my turn, You better move, get up. When she was bleeding and had kept on bleeding. Her cycle was on. She didn't say, well,
Yeah.
I'm waiting. She said, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Because I'm finna touch the hem of this garment. I don't care how I gotta touch it. I just know I'm finna touch the hem of this garment and get out of my way. She was determined to touch the hem. She was determined to get there because she knew if she got there, she already knew what was going to happen. If I could just touch the hem of the garment, if I could just get there. And once I got, she touched, Jesus said, who touched me?
Right.
Who touched me? It's a million people out here. Anybody can touch. He said, no.
I felt it.
I felt that touch. She took some power out of me. She took it. She came and said the audacity. She said, I'm coming to get mine.
Right. Yes. Let me tell you something about that on both sides. Because sometimes we so heavenly bound that we're no earthly good. And even in that story right there, when Jesus said, who touched me? I preached a sermon that says, so close, but yet so far. Because the disciples had been touching on him and rubbing against him, and wasn't nothing happening when they was touching because they were so close, but yet so far. So don't be so heavenly bound that you know earthly good. That's that on that one side. And then I want to talk to folk that just been going through day after day, year after year. I want to remind you that woman with the issue of blood, she went through a whole bunch of changes. As you know, the beginning of the story says for 12 long years.
12.
So sometimes we go through a process that takes some time. Somebody in the audience needs to say time. Sometimes it takes some time to get to where God wants you to go. But even in that, God is still building something up during that time. She went from doctor to doctor. She went from place to place. And then she had to be separated from everybody because of what she had. She couldn't go around nobody because she had menstruation. She couldn't be with her husband. She couldn't go to church. She couldn't do anything. But that was part of the process. So for some folk that is going through, and you think you've been going through for a long time, just remember to pick up every piece of stuff that you're supposed to be picking up along that journey. This is a journey. And sometimes our journey is long, but a lot of times we're in the storm longer than we need to be. And let me give you some help this morning. If you start learning the lesson that you're supposed to learn while the storm is raging, the storm won't last so long.
It won't.
The storm won't get so harsh. When you can say, and here's the key, Lord, I messed up. Oh, you trying to show me something. You trying to show me. Oh, my bad. Let me get that right. I'm going to give you, all I got is testimony. Testimony. And today is Friday, but this is testimony time. Here go the thing. There's a pastor that I don't quite like. Okay? I love him, but I had to grow to love him. But I don't quite like him. But God kept on making me give to him. But I was giving with a grudging heart because I didn't like him. Mm-hmm. I was trying to be obedient and disobedient at the same time. I'm going to give to you because God told me to. But I don't like you, so I'm giving begrudgingly. Mm-hmm. Wow. And then, it went on for some years. And I was like, God, what is it? He said, because I want you to learn how to get the message, my message from him. Look beyond the man and get my message. And until you start giving freely, mm-hmm. then I'm going to make you. I said, what? I've been giving for years. And all I had to do was give with a loving heart. Honey, Here, boo. Here, your blessing. Because sometimes, well, actually, it's all the time. Because we're in charge of our lives. And so the storm may be raging in your life because you haven't learned the lesson in it.
Yeah.
When we learn the lesson in it, oh, Lord, because your word said, give with a giving heart, a loving heart.
Yeah.
Not grudge. And so I was going against, good morning, Angela. So I was going against what the word of God had taught us to do.
Yes.
So when we, so don't be so heavenly bound that you know earthly good.
That you know earthly
and just good. Know sometimes there's a process to this thing. But you always pregnant with possibilities.
Woo!
So we need to keep on moving and not allow the enemy to stifle us with fear and to keep us stuck.
Yeah.
To keep us from loving ourselves. To keep us from loving others.
Yeah.
To keep us from doing what it is that God have called and ordained us to do.
When you say stuck, when you stay stuck, you know how many other people's life is dependent on you to come out? Like,
yes.
People are looking for you to come out because they know if you come out, you're going to reach your hand up and you're going to grab her and she going to grab her and everybody going to grab him and everybody going to start getting in alignment because you got up. And I tell people all the time, if you get up, I can guarantee you it's so much other stuff waiting on you. But you got to get up so that not only can you get up, but the people that God has you assigned to, that they can get up too. So your getting up is it's a selfish move when you don't get up, because your get up is other people's come up. Your get up is the come up that people have been sitting, waiting on you to get up so that they can come up.
I tell people all the time, you're not just saved for yourself, you're saved for others. But here's something that now, if you want to be afraid, if you want to walk in fear, then fear this right here. Fear meeting God on Judgment Day. And he say to you, what did you do with the assignment that I gave you? I assigned you to speak life into people on the Talkbox, but you wouldn't get on the Talkbox. I assigned you to be a blessing to him or to her, but you didn't do that. So if you gonna fear something, then you fear God, and fear not fulfilling what God would have you to do. And so when we're thinking about that we're not saved for others, again, we are dual nature. So dual nature is, I got to do it for me so that it can happen for you. So I'm being selfish and selfless at the same time because we're dual natured. So I'm being selfish because I'm going to get up. I love me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it. I'm not going to allow myself to failure is not an option.
Yeah.
But then I'm selfless because I'm doing it to pave a way for others.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I am a visual aid, and I know that I am. I'm a visual aid of what God can do. Because look, I ain't even ashamed to tell y'all I'm way on the thick side now. I'm way on the thick side. But I'm not even ashamed. I know, right? But I'm not even afraid to say this. I remember, because now, August the 8th, I've been off crack 26 years.
Come on,
Jesus. And God reminded me that morning that I used to couldn't go 26 minutes without getting high. And so the last time that I was incarcerated, I only weighed 81 pounds.
Wow.
I only weighed 81 pounds. But this morning when I weighed myself, I weighed 198. So that means I am now two times of what I used to be. Double for my trouble. Okay?
That double, girl.
So here's the thing. So I'm a visual aid that whatever you in, God can bring you out of. I'm a visual aid for that.
Yes.
So but just think, if I had gave up, well, I done tried to quit 2 or 3 times, so I'm just gonna smoke dope for the rest of my life. Then look at the blessings that would have been. Look how many people I employ from a financial aspect.
Yep.
How many people wouldn't have jobs?
Yep.
See, we got to look at this thing on a broader spectrum. You're not just saved for yourself. You're saved for others.
Yes.
And we need to get on our grind being the best that we can be, because God has given us authority to live an abundant life. So stop living beneath your potential.
Yes. And when you say that, but this is one of my that gets under my skin when people say, "Ooh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve." Wait a minute. Hold on. Do you not know what Jesus did so that we can have this abundant life? And you got a nerve to say you don't deserve it? We deserve it all, because
and I want all mine.
Jesus went through it all so that we can have it. And then you go in return say, "Jesus, I don't know why you did that, because I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to be blessed like this. I don't deserve to have." You deserve it all, because Jesus made all those sacrifices. He could have stopped it. When he was on the cross, he could have said, "I'm done. No. But he took all the bruises. He took all of it for us. And then when we start getting in abundance, we gonna say we don't deserve it.
Yeah. But that goes from you believing others. Don't believe the hype. That goes from those childhood hurt and traumas. I tell people, if you do not heal the little broken girl in you, you ain't nothing now but walking around as a broken woman.
Yes.
So that you can't receive all that God has for you.
Yes.
Because if you open up your mouth, if you knew how powerful your mouth was, see, that's why some of us done lost some blessings, because we spoke out our mouth. I didn't deserve that. So God said, "Well, you don't deserve it. Let me go and give it to Sparkle.
Give it to
Sparkle
somebody.
Like, hey, I'm right here. Give it to me, Lord. Yes, I'll take it, because there's power in our tongues. And sometimes we're speaking curses on ourselves. We're speaking detriment on ourselves. I tell people all the time, stop waking up in the morning and opening your eyes up, and before you put your feet on the ground, you say, "I don't feel good." You know, we were talking about, "I don't feel good today." You ain't even got out of the bed yet. Drink a glass of water and come back and tell me how you feel.
See, and I'm telling you, y'all, I'm this hype even in the mornings. In the mornings, when God opened my eyes, he was like, "Here come my sparkle. I woke up my sparkle." Because I'm telling you, over here, when I get up and my feet hit the ground, I be like, "Oh, I'm up, God. You woke me up. It's on today, God. It's on today, God. This is the day, God." I'm starting to speak affirmations immediately. Once I get up, I'm like, "Let's go, God. Let's do this. Let's do this, God. Let's do." See, that's my teammate. That's my ride or die.
Yeah.
That's my dog. That's my boy. I be like, "Let's go, God. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go do this. What we gonna do today, God? How we gonna do it? Which way we going? Oh, are you ready? I'm ready." Like, I get in the car and say, "God, I'm gonna put this car in reverse, and then I'm gonna put it in drive. We get ready to go make some things happen. Let's do this." Because I need him to know I'm grateful that you choose me. Yeah. I'm thankful that you select me. I'm thankful that you woke me up this morning. I'm thankful that you believe in me enough that you selected me to do this day like this. Because what, in my mind, I gotta make yesterday jealous of today. See, when we talk about jealousy, I want yesterday to be over there like, "She didn't do all that for me. She didn't give me all that. She didn't do that."
Yeah.
Thursday sitting over here like, Now, I'm mad because how you gonna show up on Friday and show up like that and go after your blessings and go after all that when you sit on me on Thursday?
Oh, I like that.
Yes, you gotta make every day jealous. Jealous because it is jealous for you doing all that, going after everything that God has for you on that day.
Wow.
Make it jealous. Since people, people, you don't like, I'm telling you, I reverse stuff. If jealousy is a negative, let me turn around and make it a positive. Because God said it all works for my good. So even if it's a negative, I got to flip that thing because I can't afford to let negativity come in. I can't afford to because it's going to get me off course. So if the negative comes to me and I take it in, it's going to delay some stuff. It's going to mess me up. But if you throw that negative to me and I catch it, and I'm going to flip it, because I'm going to get my investment. It's like flipping that house. I want my investment. I want you. I know the house was no good. I know it was all tore down, but I'm going to flip it so I can get my investment.
Right. And some of us need to know and understand that God have invested things in you. God have invested things in you. So we don't want to miss what God have for us. And don't you want to be blessed?
Don't you?
Don't you want to be blessed? And it starts with loving yourself. That's part of our church creed. Loving yourself, loving others, and serving the world. Yes. I don't know about nobody else, but honey, since I realized at the beginning of this year, now I've been hearing this word for a long time. There's songs about it. The abundant living. God, abundant living. But God made that thing resonate in my spirit differently back in January. And I said, wait a minute. Abundant living. I got authority that I can call forth abundant living. That, let me tell you, and I tell people, abundant living ain't what you can buy. Abundant living is possessing things that money can't buy. See, favor, if I got abundant living, favor cloaks up under abundant living.
Yes.
And favor will get you things and get you into places that money can't get you in.
Can't get you there.
But that's what we have the authority for. But we can't do that if we're just laying back and allowing life to run all over us.
To let it take us down.
You got a choice today. You can choose. I tell people, the greatest thing that God gave us, Sparkle, can also be the worst thing that he gave us. Mm-hmm. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. Free will. Mm-hmm. Free will. So what are you choosing today? Are you choosing to walk in your blessings? Or are you choosing to murmur and complain? Mm-hmm. You do know that when Moses took them folk and they went in the wilderness, poor little tinks, they said, well, we should have stayed back. We should have stayed back. So, at least we were, and they were being led by a pillar of fire, getting fed manna, and you still allowing fear to drive you. So guess what God did? And that's what God is doing for some of us who murmur and complain too long. He let all of the murmurers and complainers die off. Mm-hmm. He's trying to get some things to die off of us so that we can be who he designed us to be. Yes. Let me see what Karen said. You reminded me a while back that I have authority. I have been reminding myself and the world ever since. You better.
You better. Because if you don't remind yourself, then others going to remind you of something different. So if you don't take it your responsibility to remind yourself, you're going to get reminded. But you got to determine which way you want it reminded. Do you want you to remind yourself, or do you want the world to try to remind you?
Right.
And you can't let, that's why I'm telling you, you can't let situations or things that did not work out to determine how you move now. That was then. This is now. So what didn't work out then, that's behind me now. That's on that.
Right.
But what will happen now, it's gonna all happen for my good. Because now I know that it's up to me to believe it and trust it. I have to believe that it's going to happen for me. That's my responsibility. So I have to tell people all the time, this is the day that the Lord has made. God did his part. Wait a minute. Then he got a second part. Here comes your responsibility. You must rejoice and be glad in it. It's up to you to rejoice and be glad in it. He did his part. This is the day. He gave you this. He gave you the day. He already done his part. And he came first. He said, first, I'm going to give you my part. I'm going to give you my agreement. I'm going to sign off on it. I'm going to let you know that I have approved it. I have already approved you because I said, this is the day, comma. So you got to pause and you got to pick up and say, you must rejoice and be glad in it. It's my responsibility to rejoice and to be glad in it. Yes. It's my responsibility to believe that this is the day because he's already approved it. So I'm telling you, if you got to take that, don't just keep saying, this is the day that the Lord has made. I must rejoice and be glad in it. You better speak that with authority. You better command, this is the day that the Lord has made. And you know what? It's for me. And it will happen today. I will get the phone call. I'll get the email. I'm going to bump into the right person at the right time because this is the day. This is the day for it all to happen for me. And if you keep on believing that, God's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I got to back that up. I got to back it up because she's believing this now. And I'm not a man that I must lie. I don't lie. God, like, I don't lie on my word. So that's right. I got to back it up.
Listen, Sparkle. The other thing about that too is this. When you start looking at, I say, the glass as half full instead of half empty, it changes your perspective on things. And I want to remind you, all of us, at least, you know, I'm almost 60. So, but most of us in our adult years, we've been heartbroken before. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody done broke our heart. You done been through a divorce. I done been through a divorce. And at the time, that felt like it was the end.
Yes.
But when you think back on it, this is how good my God is. When you think back on it, that was actually a blessing.
A blessing.
God separates to elevate. Not that I wish divorce on anybody. However, even in that was a tragedy at the time. Mm-hmm. So, but I say you can always find a treasure inside a tragedy. Yeah. Because what did you learn? You know what? You learned that it was you.
Yeah.
In that divorce. You know, I learned some things out of my divorce that makes me even a better wife now. That's the same when you're going in business. Your business failed. You thought it was a tragedy because you lost all that you had. Go back to the woman with the issue of blood that lost all. She spent all. You lost all trying to build this business. So you can't throw in the towel. You got to learn from what you were doing. And then go forward from there.
Go forward. Go forward.
Right?
I tell people, I love it. I tell people all the time, my divorce was the worst and best thing that ever happened.
Yes.
To me. It was the worst. And because, Sonia, when I went through that divorce, I'm talking about me now.
Right.
I almost let it take my life. I almost let it take everything that God had promised me. I almost let it take it. Just take it. You can have it. You can have it. You can have it. I did. But then let me tell you, when you start going in that prayer closet.
Oh, yeah.
When you start praying, and you start believing in the prayers. So I surrendered and removed I removed I out of the equation and said, God, I need you. I need you right now. I need you to help me. Help me. Lord, I need your help. And let me tell you, when I said, God, come get me, he came I could see him. He came running. He didn't even have to come running. Let me correct that. He was right there and said, I just been waiting on you to say, here I am, God. Here I am. Do what you do. Do what you need to do. Detox me, remove me, elevate me. Do whatever you need to do. I give you full permission to do it. And this is why the sparkle came out of me. That girl that was buried down inside of me, it was down deep inside of me. And I had to let it pull it up, uproot her, and let her loose. And this is who y'all see now. Y'all see the sparkle because I'm God's sparkle. I am his sparkle. I am his light. I shine through him. And I will sparkle despite what life has thrown me. I don't care what life tries to throw me. I'm still going to sparkle because I am God's light. He said, let there be light, and he brought me. And I don't care what y'all say, but that's what I know. This is what he said, let there be light, and here can be sparkle. I was like, God, okay, God, let's do this.
You got the perfect name for you. The perfect name, baby, because you be sparkling. But that's with all of us, man. And when we stop trying to be an imitation and be your original. There's nobody else who has your fingerprints. Nobody else who has your footprints. I'm the best Sonya that there ever will be.
Yes.
He created me. I'm so thankful that even before all my mess and madness, Sparkle, my mom taught me that I wasn't born to fit in, but I was born to stand out. So I stood out during the time that I was smoking crack. I stood out because I wanted to talk about God all the time, and I was blowing everybody's high. So now I stand out because I don't put any limitations on God. They said that because I'm a 31-time felon, I would never be nothing. I would never have anything. But see, it's not about us. It's about what God is trying to do through you. So I stand here today, and you looking at you as well. We are visual aids of what God can do. I don't care where you started, but I'm just encouraging you right now. Stop allowing the world to lead you, and you start leading the world. And that's what it's about. You know, the world can't lead me, baby. I'm leading you. You might not like me, but we gonna keep shining. I told you I ain't cocky, but I'm confident. I'm confident in Christ. Look, yes. It's a bad hair day for me. I took my braids down yesterday, having a bad hair day. But I still think I'm the best thing, the cutest thing, the cutest thing popping. So don't get it or twisted, okay? So, but God is just good, and I really appreciate having you on today. I know that you're busy, and so I thank you for taking up the time to share with us on today your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding, and being truthful and transparent about your hurts, about your failures. And see, that'll give somebody else the umph that they need to say, Lord, it's me. It's not nobody else. I blew the marriage. I blew the job. You know, when you were stealing from the job and then tried to play like you didn't know why they fired you. You know what I'm talking about? You know, stuff like that. You know, just keep it 100. You know, but God, it's me. It's me. So Lord, teach me how to embrace me. So I can say, I love her. So So we can do where the mirror at, Sparkle. Where the mirror at? Where the mirror at?
We got you. We got you. You better look at her. Self, I love her. Self, I appreciate her. Self, yes. But I truly, I thank you. I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come and sprinkle my greatness. I thank everyone that came on. Thank people that the people that love me for who I am. Thank y'all so much. Sonia, thank you for loving me.
You know, I love you.
You know, we've been way back. Sonia has had me spoiled a lot of time. You know, she you know, she has been there for me and my family. Her and my brother have been right.
I was with your brother yesterday.
They have a love and hate relationship. One day they in love, the next day they ready to chop each other's head off. But thank you for being a light in our family. We greatly appreciate it. We thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for being a light out here. Thank you for talking people off the edge, because that's what you're doing. You're talking people off the edge and you're bringing them back down. And thank you for your obedience. I know half the time what you do, you don't want. If it's up to you, you wouldn't. If it was your decision, you would not be doing this. But I thank you that you remove yourself. And I want to tell everybody, be who you are. Let God uproot you. Fall in love with her. Fall in love with him. If you need help with it, please contact me immediately. I have a 6-week course that's coming up. By falling in love with her, I want you to sign up for the course. Get I Love Her tour. We're coming all around the world because I'm determined to teach people to fall in love with her or him. This is not just her. I love him. I love her. The next one is September the 23rd in Marietta, Georgia. Go ahead and get your tickets. It's on Eventbrite. So pull up. It's called A Toast to Her, where you are taking a toast for her. You are taking that toast for her. You making a vow to her. I vow to love her. I vow to cherish her. So get your tickets for the tour and a city coming near you. And if it's just a couple hours away from you, get in your car, put some gas in that vehicle, and just get there. Invest in yourself. It's important. And then I have to say, Empowered Morning Show, if you need some empowerment, we come on every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time and 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Empowered Morning Show. Come get empowered.
That's the rest of my girls. That's the rest of my girls on that show.
That is the 5-5. It's 5 of us and 5 different personalities, 5 different greatness, and 5 different anointings, all in one.
Oh,
so it's a blessing.
Power packed.
Yes. So follow me, because God's doing some great things in my life. And because he's doing it great for me, I already know he's going to do it for you, because we all a part of this team. We all, what God do for you, girl, don't ever think that he ain't going to do it for you. And don't tell nobody you don't deserve something. You deserve it all. Okay.
That's right. Well, thank you guys so very much for coming on. I'm your girl, Sonia G, here on the Talkbox. I appreciate you. I'll see y'all on Monday. And make sure you check out the Talkbox podcast and go to SoniaTalkbox.com for anything else that you need. God bless and have a wonderful weekend. Okay? But I want you to be safe. All right? And so we'll see you on the Fab 5 with the Fab 5 on Monday on the Empowered Morning at 7. And then check me out at 8.
At 8.
God bless. Have a great day.
Yeah, listening to the Talkbox for Sunday. Yeah, listening to the Talkbox. Let's talk about